What's up, everybody? Chana D, your Techno dad here. Got a quick video about QLED, and we're going to get into it right after the jump. All right, and we're back. So, first things first, I want to say I'm sorry about the crappy audio quality. I'm at work and I forgot to bring a microphone. I saw all these QLEDs going for sale, so it's time to dive into that. Oh yeah, one more thing before we get started. I want to definitely give a shout out to Joelster G, who pretty much inspired me to make this video for my subscribers. I'll put a link in the description to his channel and you should definitely check it out. He's got a lot of hands-on information about Samsung KS8500 series TV. He can answer a lot of your questions if that's the kind of TV you have and all that. Alright, so here it is. The next innovation in TV, and as we all know, that's actually not true. Samsung just has a very, very aggressive marketing campaign. And we all know that this is not new technology. This is old technology. And their moniker, QLED, is meant to confuse people with OLED. And it's very shitty, and I'm kind of pissed that they're doing this. Let's go over here to Amazon, because look, only 2 left in stock. Only 2 left in stock. Only 5 left in stock. These curved ones aren't selling that much. But this one, the Big Daddy one, is only got 3 left in stock. I can't believe all these people are being fooled by Samsung's marketing. So let's check out what they got here. So they've got 4 flavors. They've got the Q7F. F stands for flat. And then they have the Q7C. I believe there's only a $200 difference in both models. So the 55 curve is $200 more. And the 65 curve is $200 more. So you're paying $200 for a curve, which really doesn't do much for you anyway. So the cheapest way for you to buy one is this 55-inch at $2,800. And then if you take a step up to the 65-inch, you're looking at $4,000 for a new TV. I would advise you guys not to do this. I am going to Best Buy tomorrow, and I believe they have a Q7F. I believe it's a 55-inch. So I will try to take some video of that tomorrow in the store. So here's the reasoning, okay? If you Google Arting's QLED, you'll get to the ratings.com website, and here we are. 7.9 mixed usage. You're gonna go ahead and spend $4,000 on a TV that comes up with a 7.9 in mixed usage. So we got 7.7 in movies, 7.7 in TV shows, 7.8 in sports, 8.5 in video games, 8.2 HDR movies, 8.4 for HDR gaming, and 7.3 is a PC monitor. That's crazy. So what I want you to do, if you are thinking about getting a Samsung QLED, please Google Arting's QLED, click on, I believe it's the second link, this one here, artings.com, and watch this video. You're going to want to watch this video. Click on this. I'm not going to click on it now, but you need to click on this and check it out. Here's one of the biggest things that they found out here in Artings. So the one thing that Samsung is going on and on about is how this TV can reach up to 1500 nits. Nits is like luminance. It's a measure of light. And if you watch this video here from ratings.com, you will see that their experience, real world testing, they measured the nits on the TV and they got 755. They bought a second one and they got somewhere around 780 on that one. Reported back to Samsung. So Samsung went to Artings and tested with their own equipment and got the same results. And they have no idea why that their TVs aren't pushing the 1500 nit specification that they claim. Artings went ahead and bought these from Amazon, so chances are, if you bought your stuff from Amazon, you might not be getting even the 1000 nits that the previous year's Samsung LEDs could produce. Like the KS8500 or even the JS9000. Those are some great TVs from last year as far as LED are concerned. But this new QLED really seems like it's a flop now. You want to spend $4,000 on a 65-inch TV? I would suggest getting the 2016 LG OLED E6. E is in Edward. This guy right here. This is the one that I got. Now, you can get this for $3,500 in a 65-inch through Amazon. I got it from these guys here, Echo and Optics, and I got it for $3,100 back in November, and you'll have something that's rated an 8.6 mixed usage. So let's compare these two side by side. Where are they? There they are. Here we go. Samsung Q7F 7.9 to the LG E6 OLED 8.6. Movies 9.4. What? 9.4. Movies 7.7. TV shows over here 7.7 on the Samsung, 8.3 on the OLED. Alright, sports, the OLED has it at 8.2, 7.8 on the Samsung. So for video games, the Samsung edged out the LG 8.5 to 8.4. Now, this review was done on June of 2016, and in December of 2016, LG released a firmware update that added a low latency HDR game mode, which I think would bump this up because they were having a whole lot of input lag when this TV came out and when it was reviewed. But that isn't an issue now because I play competitively and I have no problems. Moving on, HDR movies, we got 8.9 here on the OLED. We got 8.2 here on the Samsung. HDR gaming, 8.4 for both. But again, I believe that has to deal with the low input lag, and I think this number would be higher now if they go back and review it, which they probably won't. Then we got 7.7 as a PC monitor for the OLED and 7.3 for the Samsung QLED. If you notice one thing here, ladies and gentlemen, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 categories. And in these 7 categories, the Samsung scored less than an 8 on 4 of those categories. Over here on the LG E6 OLED, it scored only 1 category below an 8, and that was for a PC monitor. So let's check out the thumbs up on the Samsung. We've got a large color volume, motion handling is excellent, low input lag for gamers. And the down thumb or the dislike is image degrades at an angle, which Samsung even touted the QLED would do much better at. But in real world tests, doesn't look like it. Alright, now let's see the thumbs up for the LG E6 OLED. We have nearly no motion blur in sports and video games. We have excellent picture quality even when viewed from the side. And we have infinite native contrast ratio due to perfect black. Downside is brightness not as high as other HD TVs and varies depending on content. And prone to temporary image retention after displaying static images. Now I actually use this as a PC monitor and I have not seen any image retention, but if you watch the review for it, the image retention is very, very little. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. You want to spend $4,000 on a TV that's worse than this OLED that you can have for less. That's pretty much on you. And by this point, you know, I would say that you're kind of a Samsung fanboy if you think that this QLED is anything more than just a gimmick, because that's what it is. It's quantum dot technology that they had last year. They refined it, and that's it. This 2017 QLED model actually gets outperformed by the 2016 LEDs. Check out Samsung's LEDs from last year, the 2016 models, KS8500, KS8000, JS9000, and you're going to get better picture quality out of those models than you will these 2017s. So that's pretty much it. You know, buyer beware. Samsung came out with the gimmick, called their old technology something new, just to mess around with the whole OLED moniker, and has clearly tricked a whole bunch of people into thinking this is pretty awesome when it's actually not. So please be careful out there. And I'll have that video up from Best Buy in the next couple of days. I'll be filming the QLED in person at the store. Don't know if that's going to be good or not, but whatever, man. It'll be up there. Thank you so much for watching. And once again, my name is Chana D. I'm your Techno Dad, and I'll see you next time.